Teamwork. One of the things about dealing with other people is teamwork. We're all doing a movie. We all have to know basically as a team what to do. I may not be handling the camera today, but in the old days, I would be loading the film into the camera. I got my own black bags. I may even still have them where you fill the magazine. You put the film into it to protect the film as much as you can, and you locked it down. And you did this. And the emulsion side goes toward the lens. How do I know? Gordon Weiserborn did a commercial. Gordon Weiserborn, one of the guys that is the director. He's made commercials. And he got this film student, not from Columbia College, from one of the other things, and the guy didn't do this. The emulsion did not go toward the lens. So he was filming on the back, and they got this stuff back as really dull, grainy stuff. And he looked at this, and he looked at that. He couldn't figure that out. And so he brought it over to Jack Behrens, and Jack Behrens looked at that and says, the guy, whoever your cameraman, the emulsion wasn't toward the lens. It's always nice to be around the people, instructors, who actually know the business. Gordon Weiser was a writer and a commercial producer, whereas Robert Emmons, Mr. Robert Emmons to me, was a director, and Jack Behrens was the technical person. I got a B in his class in optics. Yeah. But this guy used to rent the cameras. I would take the cameras home to Jack, and I would give him this stuff. And so I worked on some of his commercials too. I'd say, hey, what are you doing the weekend? I said, oh, just grab me, sure. And well, I could do his cinematography, I could do his sound, we were trained to do all that. Why didn't I ever get into it? It's nice, but graduate school, why did I go to graduate school? They gave me an electron microscope to use. I had an electron microscope class. I could use it. I got a $250,000 electron microscope, and I'm not going to go and use it? I've got optical microscopes, that range $10,000 optical microscopes, and you think I'm not going to go be there in the science lab using this stuff? Oh, you better know it. Yeah, I even took the biology courses. Yeah, hey, let's dissect a frog. I didn't want to do that in high school, but I sure did in graduate school. You better know it. Oh, who's going to kill the mouse? Yeah, I did that in nuclear biology course. They needed someone to kill the mouse, and I went over there and I said, boop, mouse is dead. But, yes, real big difference between high school and graduate school. It's amazing what you do. Amazing what you do. But team spirit in your lab and working with other people and going down to the middle of Illinois along the Kankakee River, it's all team spirit. And everybody counts on everybody else. In the motion picture business, everybody counts on everybody else. Everybody else has add a little bit of the training, and you get to do more. If I handle sound, I can handle the Nagra. If I handle the camera, I can handle the Arri BL. If I handle this or they handle the lights, we know where the lights go. We know this is, so we know what the director wants. You're a cinematographer. Here you go, guy. You got trained in this stuff. That's what you do. And costume, the same thing. I'm a costume person today. I'm a sound person that thing. I'm a grip that person. I'm this thing. I do product placement. That's one of the things, the product placement. If we got the stuff for product placement, I do product placement. When I was in theater, you basically have theater was graduate school, and graduate school. You set lights. I did it many times of productions when I'm setting lights. I know what I'm doing on a stage. I know what I'm doing on a movie lot. It is, you prove yourself worth something for that. Why did I do it? I got dinner, and I knew some of the directors and producers. You work with them, and they expect you to, since you went to that school, and that with that clique of people. And I was in the Society of Motion Picture and Television Engineers as a teamwork. You did that as a teamwork. You grew up awful fast, you might say. And I was called on it. I worked over at Kodak. Did I ever get into the business? I was told right to my face for a friend, they won't hire you. I asked him, why not? You're overeducated. Man, son that said that to me, they won't hire you because you're overeducated. You can do everything, and you're a threat. You're not going to be hired by anybody else because you can do everything. You overeducated yourself. As he said, Jack Barons will take you, Gordon Weisenberg, Robert Evans will take you because they know you. You're overeducated, Richard. And you want to know why I got kind of chemistry. But, hey, after a few years, nobody knows who I am. That was that thing. Teamwork, but hey, you can do teamwork. And so I worked at other companies. One of the things I didn't do is tell when I was working as on part-time for Manpower. It was one thing I never said to my full education. Manpower just put me into work, and I never really, because I didn't have to give them an application. And nobody knew who I was until I started craft. And I walked directly into my supervisor, and she looked at me and says, teamwork. You taught a class. Teamwork. She said, very simple, I expect great things out of you. Teamwork. Yeah, 12 hours a day, 7 days a week. Teamwork. Hey, can you run this test? Yes, I can. Can you submit this up Monday morning? Yes, I can submit this to you to run the test on Monday morning. Teamwork. When I was doing in theater, teamwork. That's where Steppenwolf. It was teamwork. When I was doing for other people, when they needed me, in the very beginning, I was always get a call. Then it just petered out. Teamwork, right? One thing about chemistry and sciences and that, most of them, while it's teamwork for the division, most people never walk into my lab when I was at craft. Because one, it was smelling. it was dangerous. I'm dealing with ethyl ether all the time. Oh, God. God's asking for me again. But I don't know how to turn that down. I mean, it's so sophisticated. I don't know how to turn that down. I don't know how to turn that on. I couldn't figure it out. They don't give an instruction manual how to operate those things. I can operate this thing because it's 10 years old or more. But yeah, this is one of the things about teamwork. You had to do that thing. I remember going in grade school, teamwork and that thing. We're going to be teamwork in school. You have football team, all the team, that thing. And out there playing the early games of soccer, and I don't think I was on my feet. Everybody would trip me because he was one of those people. And then, of course, football, when they were playing football, they would throw me the football, and then that hurt. When I was in baseball, right here, guys, right here. Ouch. They didn't throw it at the bat, they threw it at me. Then I learned very simple. I'm the last person call, and I won't catch the ball. I go walking over, pick up the ball, and throw it back. Oh, we lost the game because of you. So what? Did teamwork in grade school. Well, hey, tough luck. In high school, teamwork on the basketball court. Right. I was laying on the floor most of the time, Throw me the basketball, and it's football again. Yes! And I know people I talked to. One of the guys when I'm working at Kraft, he was my size too. And I said, how did you like basketball in high school? He said, I got knocked down all the time. Yes, yeah. I threatened to kick out the kneecaps of the guys that were pushing me around. I told the coach that. I says, I'm not going out there anymore. So, well, you have to go out there. I said, okay, you see that guy? He keeps pushing me down. The next time he's pushing down, I'm getting up off the floor, and I'm going to take my foot, and I'm going to break his kneecap. And I'm going to break that guy's kneecap, that guy's kneecap, and that guy's kneecap. Okay? He says, you'd be thrown out of school. Yeah, but I will destroy your thing. Same thing with football and everything else. I refuse. I'm not going out there. You're not a good teamwork. Teamwork gets killed, man. But when I came working at companies, I'm working at a lot of companies. I like this thing as a team player, is that I try to get jobs where I didn't have to be around other people. Working in a warehouse, maintenance, I'm usually by myself. And the old thing, you're not part of the team, but I don't have to be part of the team. Most people in the thing are not part of the team. When you're unloading a trailer, you're doing it by yourself. When I was unloading boxcars, I was by myself. I was moving 400-pound bales of imitation fur by myself because they wouldn't get anybody with me. I asked, hey, somebody help me? You can do it yourself. Well, not if I learned that thing. Okay. So I spent 20 years basically by myself in a warehouse. Perfectly okay with me. Yeah. What did you do for those 20 years? I went to school. First I was a joke going to college. Yes. I got myself an education. I was out of 300 people, one of 4 people that had college education. out of 300 people in that warehouse. Teamwork. Well, at college, it was all teamwork. Yeah. In a warehouse, I really didn't care. We had that craft foods. It was teamwork. Even though I basically worked by myself, we were still team. It was all teams out and everything else. That's a good point. One of the nice things about being in teamwork is that in college, everybody has the same education. You know, you have the same skill. You didn't have to worry about. Of course, when I was looking for jobs, as my son said, you're overeducated. You got a master's degree. That frightens a lot, and it does. That does frighten a lot of people. Of course, today, I mean, master's degrees are so common. Everybody has a master's degree. So there's a big difference. Teamwork are important. On movie sets and theater departments and that, you basically are trained. Everybody's trained the same way. Maybe not as much as makeup or costuming that, but you can basically lay the foundation on a person's face, and some of the more skilled makeup artists will finish the job. You know, it's so like Rembrandt. The students did the minor stuff for him, filled in this and filled that, and Rembrandt did the overlay of the final details of something. And in costuming, you're doing the basics, okay, the stuff. Everything that is like this, if this is going to be embroidery in costume, I do the basic, and the detail person is the one who finishes the job. She is the one. It's usually a she. There are some guys, but it's usually a she. And you're doing the minor stuff, and then somebody who comes to the next job does the more finished stuff, and it goes up that way. That's where, as person said, well, you can do that. I says, yeah, but I can do all this a lot faster than I can do the detail work. And the detail work is the person who basically is on the credits to the top of the credit line. I'm usually on the bottom, but it might say, without us on the bottom, she who does the final detail would have to do the stuff like we do in the bottom. It's like putting on makeup. I do the simple stuff, and the makeup artist does the other stuff. Otherwise, they have to start doing their thing. I come in at 5 a.m. and I put the basic stuff on the actors, and the detail people came in and do the other stuff. We work as a team. Why do I want to do that? I'm still on the credits. I just happen to be on the bottom of the credits. So, and as I have been complimented many times. The thing, without you, I'd be screwed. I says, well, hey, buy lunch. And do I get building after a while? I don't want to be on top. Why? Because I make mistakes. Okay? I make mistakes. But as I said, I do the costuming, basically that thing, and then the other person comes in and does a detail work. Same thing with makeup. I do the basic makeup, and the other person does a detail work. And when that person gets an Oscar, I help put them in that thing. And I guarantee you one thing in that thing, I get invited when we're doing movies. You get invited to the cast party, and you get invited to, you know the guy, everybody in there, and you're part of the team. And I'm sitting in office. I'm part of a team. I'm on the low end of everything, but I'm part of a team here. And got to get that ACS meeting coming up in August. And I'm trying to, hey, I'm here, guys. And I will be part of the team to help set these things up so everybody else looks good. Hey, you know, as the old saying, you're part of the team. You set everything up. You set up the party, and then you tear down the party. You make sure everybody else who, hey, this August I get to meet people with Nobel Peace Prizes. It's like, oh yes, and I already know everybody in Washington. Yo, yes. So it's already I know that. So it's basically teamwork is teamwork. You learn the subject matter, like in theater, you can do everything. Basically you set up for the director to do everything. You set the lights and what have you. You set the sound. You set this. You're front of the house. You know how everything works, and you got to learn how everything works. It's always at the newer boards. Most of my stuff is 30 years old, but the newer boards, everything else, it's something. It's like having a workstation in front of you. What's the difference between a laptop workstation or a computer workstation? Well, a laptop workstation is this. It usually has more RAM in it, and it also has better graphics screens. And when I have learned the training of the Adobe books and that, and how to use the editing program, so many editing programs out there. DaVinci, oh, thank you for DaVinci. Oh, thank you for DaVinci. It's free. Oh, it's like, Adobe CC, that's expensive. But as I said, it's one of the things you almost have to do the detail work. I wish I learned Maya more than I do now. I could really help. I could set it up better than I can do now. But I guess I like playing a musical instrument. Yeah, you can do as a team, but as especially, that's where the cinematographer gets his name on it. But without you, he wouldn't be there. No, he would still be there, but he would have to do... He's the guy who details the lights. And when he gets his Oscar, he knows who helped. Teamwork! Don't you love it? Can I have a steak sauce?